right, we're live on YouTube.
Live.
Live on YouTube. There we go. That's how it gets down.
We're live, people.
Okay, so we're live on YouTube on my phone. So now I'm going to hit the record button on here, and we'll be good to go. Okay. Stand by.
Standing by.
All right, welcome to the Podbrother show. This actually is the my Laughers comedy workout, and I am here with Chuck, and we bots to get a workout on. How you doing, Chuck?
Good, feeling good, ready for a workout.
You-
Check
That's a forearm right there.
yeah, look
buddy.
at that thing.
Right. That's right. That's from holding them beers, man. you
One
need
for each
you,
hand.
you need forearms for your 40s, man. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. When you
Yeah. Like Popeye used to drink 40. Not a well-known fact.
I know you're the trivia of like unknown trivia.
Yes, exactly.
Useless information.
Yep, completely.
That you can use to never get any chicks in the bar is what you know, right?
Yeah, right. They run away when they hear my stories.
Yeah, as soon as you walk up and say, "Hey, did you know?" It's like, "Where you going?"
Hello, I'm talking.
By the way, thanks for the refreshing beverage from the Ellen DeGeneres show.
Right. Straight out of the refrigerator.
I love her.
Don't tell anybody.
I won't. This will be our secret. So we are going to do some comedy today, my man.
Okay,
You're
I'm
gonna-
ready, my mentor.
We are going to work out my protege.
Kimbrough is
my-
God, everybody. I don't know if you knew that.
My
but-
Karate Kid. We're gonna do. We're gonna do some, but I'm gonna work out with you too. So we both will get a chance to do a little exercise here today. So
Cool.
for those of you who don't know, I created this online virtual comedy club, which allows us to work on our comedy, and then we do it in front of a green screen. And then we can upload it to our respective social medias with a link to get tips, and then people can then tip you for your show. So that's basically kind of how that works.
Oh, wow.
Right here. So it's an idea. I'm doing it mostly as a joke because, there's always that hard luck story about comedians. They got to live out of their car,
Yeah.
and they got to they're homeless and they're this and that, no food, no money, no job. And then they finally make it famous, and then, so why do you gotta be homeless living out your car on the way up? Why can't you're doing free shows anyway? Why can't you just open up your PayPal and drop some money in, and then I get it.
So it goes
The
right to
comic gets it.
PayPal.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
The club gets 10% of the tip, and then the rest goes to the comedian. And that could be $1, could be $5, $10, could be
$100,000.
$100,000.
That's a great joke.
So after 6 months of tipping, you might have enough to buy you a drumstick from El Pollo Loco.
Right. I just get a sip of soda in my hands.
If you're going to be homeless in your car, you might at least be able to buy one drumstick
Yeah.
from El Pollo Loco.
Yeah. Can I get a bean, please?
Can I get one bean and a rice?
Yeah. Order rice. 1 grain of rice.
And some chicken skins.
Yeah. Don't want the meat. 'Cause I'm skinny already. I
Yeah.
don't want to put too much weight on.
Yeah, I need to put some fat on so I can survive through the LA winter.
Right.
Put a little blubber on. I need a layer of blubber
Yeah.
to survive. So that is how that works. So, it's something that we're doing, but this is kind of the preliminary phases of it, where we get two funny guys, Chuck and I, and we'll sit here and we'll flush out some of our material, and then we'll try it on the green screen. We'll dub in some laughter, a laugh track, so we can get a sense of the timing of it and the beats, and to kind of get an idea of how it would actually work in front of a live audience. So this is all part of the exercise. So how you feel, Chuck?
I feel great. I feel ready to do it. Got some material I've been working on, so I'm flushing it out. Just trying to actually, I don't know, make it more robust. Or some things are just kind of, I think, good standalone, and I think some of it needs some fleshing out.
Well, all of it needs to be flushed out, and it's a continuous work in progress. Even when you get laughs, you always want to try to make it a little bit better, and you always want to add funny things onto it. It's amazing how a bit will start with one joke, one setup, one punchline, and 6 months later, you've got, that whole thing ends up being like a 7-minute bit because you just are adding more premises, you're adding more
Right.
setups, you're adding more punchlines, and like your whole like mom rolling your head up into the door routine,
Yeah.
that could be 10 minutes easy.
Yeah.
That could evolve into a 10-minute bit with you, you know, walking around the school with this door on your head, and the whole day at school and what happens after school. When we just saw, I was on the track team, you know,
Yeah.
it sucks, it's just like you're at the starting line with a freaking car door stuck on your head.
Right.
The
You
guy
can't run a
goes,
50-yard dash.
can't
very
run a
fast.
50-yard dash with a car door on your head.
Yeah.
However,
Ninth place.
when it came to shot puts, at least I was able to catch all the shot puts. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like that. If you give it some thought, and as you run across, things in life, you're gonna find there's gonna be bits that write themselves that fit right into that whole premise that's already there. It's already working. So that's what I want you to keep your eyes and ears open for, those opportunities.
Okay.
So, well, let me tell you about a bit that I want to work on. Well, before we get into me, let's recap your set from last week. So, your opener.
Right. Which is what we were doing just a little bit there.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm gonna pull up.
Mind if I put my Instagram live up?
Yeah, go ahead.
I can't figure out how to do that. No, it's not gonna do it. Do you know how to do it, Kimbro? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Wait.
There's a little live
The camera.
icon.
I got it. I think I got it.
Yeah, it's in the camera, and then
I got it. Reverse it. Okay. I'm gonna set it over here real quick. Okay. There we go.
Yep.
Okay, so you gonna do yours? You said.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some new material that I've been working on,
Okay.
but we're gonna do a recap on you first.
Okay.
Okay. So your opener was your introduction.
Yeah.
So your introduction.
Well, the first thing I was thinking was entering the stage, and do you think that I should go for like the keep the applause going thing, Because I had some kind of funny things that I thought would be a funny intro, or just kind of getting on stage, which was...
Yeah. You know what? I like that idea, but I would do it more on the second phase of your stand-up when you're really comfortable on stage and when
Right.
people know who you are and you've established who you are. So I would use those first seconds, your first opening, to establish who you are. The thing about you should be the first thing, and it should be the funniest thing about you. And then your idea is not a bad idea. I just think it should come down the road a little bit later.
Okay.
Because you're just starting. You haven't even gotten an applause or a laugh to even inherit saying that.
Yeah.
Everything that we've done has just been on the green screen with a laugh track.
Right.
So you may not, I would just focus on, the really solid fundamentals in the beginning, and using that first time they see you and the first time they hear you to establish who you are is it's a one-time opportunity.
Okay.
And then once they like you and you own them, then you can go down as many rabbit holes as you want.
Okay.
But
So establish who I am first,
yeah, so who you are first.
which is like being vulnerable, kind of revealing myself.
Yeah, revealing yourself, being vulnerable, the thing that is the weirdest thing about you, how you look, the weirdest looking thing about you, the weirdest sounding thing about you, the weirdest place you're from. Like, you should open with that,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's I think that's the strongest open. That's the quickest you can get them to like you, but it also sets up everything that comes after that.
Okay.
So
Yeah, and another thing you said too is that not to build it up too much if it's not a big punchline either, too. You know,
yeah,
which is another thing that
yeah,
I'm thinking about. Like, I have a good build, but then I don't know if the punch is going to be worth all that
that's the
build.
thing. If you keep that in your forefront every time, then you're never going to have the big build up with no payoff.
Yeah,
So everything that you do,
yeah. I can't believe how much is sticking in my brain that you told me
yeah,
too.
everything that you do, the bigger the build up, the bigger the payoff has to be. Now, if you got a real big payoff,
Yeah.
then by all means, take your time, build that shit up,
Yeah,
go for it.
yeah.
And they're trying to kill time.
Right,
They're trying to fill time, but
Right.
the only way they know to fill time is to make the build up so grandioso, and try to make that the entertaining.
Ooh, that sounds terrifying.
It is horrifying. So, so in the beginning, yeah, just go for like who you are.
Yeah.
For example, my opening is good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am a comedian. Obviously, I'm standing here. I own my own business.
Yeah.
And I just had a hip replacement. So that makes me Hollywood's first bionic entrepreneur. So there's three things you know about me. You know I'm a comedian. You know I'm an entrepreneur. And you know that I have a replacement hip. So now I can go down any one of those rabbit holes with any material that I want to, and I can bounce back and forth between those three things. And there's still more things that you need to know about me.
Right.
I'm divorced. I'm over 50. You know, there's other things that I'm going to go into about myself and about things that I observe. But you at least know right off the bat, I'm a funny guy, and I'm an entrepreneur, and I got a replacement hip.
Yeah, yeah. What is it? What's the line? Bionic.
Bionic entrepreneur.
Bionic entrepreneur. I
And
can't even say that, man.
It's a play on words.
Yeah.
It's a play on entrepreneur.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just one of those things where that's a funny punchline.
Yeah.
And it's so it.
Oh, it's great, and the way you set it up too, and the way you pause. Like you didn't pause that time. I noticed.
Yeah, the pause is really
when you do it like that, it's like.
Yeah, that
Hey,
beat.
everybody's laughing in this motherfucker, right? You're like,
Yeah,
there's nobody not laughing.
the beats and the punctuation is really important. You know,
Yeah.
that tiny little hesitation, that tiny little timing, that tiny little beats that you take in between, so they can obviously tell what's the setup and what's the punchline, because there is a separator between the two, and sometimes the volume changes or your facial expression is inserted. There's something that is a clue that lets you know, okay, you're supposed to laugh here.
Right.
And
You're leading.
You're leading them into where they're supposed to laugh.
Right.
And
I like that. Yeah.
Versus I'm a comedian, I'm an entrepreneur, and I have a replacement hip. That's why they call me the bionic entrepreneur. Like it's funny,
Yeah.
but it could be funnier with the beats and the timing
Yeah.
and the fluctuation and the accent and all that other stuff that you add into it to make it a performance. That's
Right.
where your character, and that's where the character that you choose to present the material, which is also something that you need to work on and flush out at the same time you're flushing out your material, is
Right.
how you say it and when you say things.
And the nuances between those.
The nuances, the volume, the facial expressions.
Yeah. I saw
the
it
body
today.
language, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And so you're working on 5 things all at the same time. So you got a multi-track going of all the stuff you got to think about to try to get those laughs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're monitoring the audience at the same time. At the same time, in your head, you're figuring out what's the next thing you're going to say as you're saying the thing you're saying.
Yeah.
And you're evaluating the last thing that you said, if it was funny or not, or what can you add to it. So in your own head, you're thinking about 3 things, in addition to trying to act out the 5 things, in addition to just monitoring the audience.
Yeah.
So it's a very complex thing, the brain.
Right.
The fact that you're able to do that simultaneous.
And after time, that becomes natural for you.
After time, you're in autopilot.
Yeah.
After time,
The pauses, the little expressions.
yeah,
And,
you've done them so much to where you don't have to think about them anymore. And then the things that you do think about enhances the autopilot that you're already in.
Yeah.
And then now you're coming up with new material that will always work because you're inserting it into a perfect comedy paradigm, which is your characters fleshed out, your materials fleshed out, your timing, your voice, facial expressions, body language, all that stuff is like on autopilot now.
Right.
So now you just inserting new material into your funnel.
Yeah.
Your comedic paradigm funnel.
Yeah, you're able to take it wherever you want it.
Now you can go wherever you want with anything that you want.
That sounds better than sex.
It is better than sex.
Right.
There's
a whole room full of people.
The only thing that's better than that is when you're actually having sex the same time you're doing comedy.
Yeah. The comedy and sex club.
If you're having sex and you're all mic'd up and you're doing material, that's the only way I could see it would be funner.
Yeah.
And I do want to check that off my bucket list.
Yeah.
Just so you know. I do want to be able to say, okay, I did stand up, mic'd up while I was having sex, and not only was I thinking about material, facial expression, and body language, but I also was thinking about how I'm gonna bust this nut.
Yeah.
In front of all these people.
And it was on HBO.
It was on the HBO. Showtime.
Yeah, HBO Showtime and Cinemax, man.
Cinemax, man. It was Cinemax late night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, late night.
Late night Cinemax on HBO, baby.
Yeah.
Podbrother busting the nut while busting jokes.
It's happening. This is happening.
This is happening right now.
Bucket list accomplished.
Mm-hmm. Check that one off right now.
Yeah, you know what? I saw it today, actually, on Ellen today. Sigourney Weaver was on, and she was talking about how she was with the gorillas. Like, she did Gorillas in the Mist, the movie, and she got approached by gorillas, and she said they smelled wonderful, right? And Ellen goes like that, and I was just like, it's just there, man. It was just so good.
That's
just that reaction, though, like you were saying, you know.
Yeah, because if you ever smelt a gorilla, it's pungent.
Yeah.
It's
earthy. It's very earthy.
Dude, you could clear your sinuses with some gorilla funk.
Really? I kind of smell like gorilla today, actually.
I wonder what that was. I thought it was on my sneakers over there, man.
Yeah.
I thought it was my Harley boots, but that's you. Okay, I feel much better now.
It's right there.
So yeah, I mean, to bring it all back around,
yeah,
we spun off into a rabbit hole, which was entertaining for me. I don't know if you liked it, but
for sure.
Yeah, you know, use that opportunity for them to get to know you right off the bat.
Yes.
And then you can go down whatever rabbit hole you want to go down from there. So that's why I like your, you know, your whole mom thing, the car door is such a great opening because we get to know you and you're telling us a story about yourself right off the bat when you're a kid. So now we don't see you as like, you know, the older 50-year-old Chuck. We see you as like 7 years old now. Mm-hmm. And because we can paint that, because we can see you as 7, we're now like, oh, we like this guy. We like this kid. We like this kid.
Yeah.
And then you go, you know, you know, it's like maybe you got a nickname from school, and you can make this up. It doesn't have to be actually real.
Right.
You know, you can be like, you know, they nickname my nickname in school. You know, you could be like, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chuck O, but something about you, something about your past, something about your childhood, and then at the end of that bit, you segue into something that's relative about you now.
Yeah.
But now that we can visualize you with the car door on your head at 7, we're going to laugh at anything you say from now on because we already like you now.
Okay.
We're already with you.
Okay.
And then if you want to come back and you get a laugh and an applause, then you can go into the thing that you wanted to do.
Well, the next thing I was going to do is the ambiguously gay thing. That was the next thing I was going to go. And then the Bruno Mars, and then Ronda Rousey, and then was next? I think, and I think it was just the TLC. I think was after that, or the online date.
Stop that guy. He's got my wallet. But we know him as Chuck O, ladies and gentlemen, for Chuck O.
Thank you for that introduction, Kimbro. Yeah, so I annoyed my parents quite a bit when I was a young kid, and I'm from New Jersey originally, but I'm part Hawaiian. I like to say Hawaiian fusion. But my best thing.
Okay, hold it right there. There's a joke there you just glossed over.
Yeah, I just kind of threw that in.
Yeah, but every single thing you say counts towards a laugh. So if you don't get a laugh, then you just wasted a bunch of words.
Right.
But what you said is an opportunity to get a laugh. So now you have to take that and now find a punchline for it.
Right.
So
set it up, I actually would probably be.
Well, you just set up. That was a setup.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm still setting up really, but I could have got one right there. Then I could have even set that up.
Yeah. So you're looking at an overall setup. I'm looking at a setup for the laugh.
Right. And I could have already gotten a laugh right there.
But there could be 5 or 6 setups with a laugh that sets up the actual whole thing.
Right. Okay.
Now, it doesn't matter how long you go because we've gotten payoffs along the way.
Right.
Short ones.
Right. So I can extend it even though it's...
as long as you are getting a laugh from a setup that describes the whole story, the linear story, then you're fine. But if you've put in words in there and it doesn't contribute to a laugh that's coming in your description or the laugh that you're going to get from the punchline, you just wasted words and time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I would do is I would, because that's part of us knowing who you are.
Right.
You know, you're from Hawaii and I'm from New Jersey. You know, I'm from Hawaii.
I'm from New Jersey, but I have Hawaiian heritage.
Yeah, I'm from New Jersey, but I have Hawaiian heritage. So now, what is funny about that?
Yeah, there's a shit ton of funny things.
There's a shitload of funny things.
I mean, I could do voices right there.
You could do voices.
You want some pizza or like the pineapple?
Yeah. Yeah. So so you know the cool thing about being that is, you know, in New Jersey I worked at a pizza shop. The bad thing is I put pineapple on every pizza.
Yeah. Italians hate pineapple.
Italians hate pineapple, especially the ones in Jersey.
Yeah.
Exit 9. They're always asking about what exit you from.
Yeah.
And then they ask me what exit I'm from. It's like, dude, it's like I'm from Hawaii. We don't have exits, you know. Okay, I'm from the exit that served pineapple. How about that? I'm from the pineapple exit. And you do that with your thick Jersey accent, you know, with an attitude. I'm from Hawaii. What exit? I'm from the pineapple exit, all right? So go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
So right there, you threw in something about you that you're from New Jersey and you have Hawaiian heritage. So there's a punchline there. And that punchline is, the cool thing about being from New Jersey with a Hawaiian heritage is you get really good at making pizzas.
Yeah.
The bad news is every pizza has pineapple on it.
Sorry, my Instagram just kind of died here. Let's see if I can just get it going here. Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with it. Let me end it and start it again.
Okay. So maybe you can say I'm a Hawaiian descent from New Jersey. Hawaiian descent, born and raised from New Jersey or something.
Yeah, Hawaiian descent.
Were you born in New Jersey?
I was, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a good joke for that, too.
Yeah, so I'm Hawaiian descent, born and raised in New Jersey.
Yeah.
The cool thing is, you know, I got really good at making pizza.
Yeah.
The bad thing is every pizza I made had pineapple on it.
Yeah. I have a little funny one for that too. It's like, I'm from Jersey City, New Jersey. You gotta say Jersey twice from where I'm from. That's a lot of Jersey. Oi! Hey.
That's funny. That is very funny.
That's a lot of Jersey. But I'm also Hawaiian. And yeah, I was trying to think of where to go from there. Oh yeah, yeah. So and you were saying yeah. So yeah, making a lot of pizza, but I always put pineapple on it or something like that. You
Yeah.
were saying.
Yeah, every pizza came with a pineapple or something.
Yeah. And I'm talking the whole pineapple. Like, can I have 2 slices? I don't want the whole pineapple. I know you're from Hawaii, Chuck.
There you go.
The whole pineapple.
See,
Oh,
that's called a tag.
yeah, yeah.
So you just tagged the punchline that you did for a premise that you just created a setup for.
Yeah.
So that everything.
I'm a natural. It's okay. It's all because of you, Kim, bro. You're teaching me, man.
So let's get that down. So you're
Oh, shit, I just
Hawaiian
unplugged.
Hawaiian descent,
Okay, sorry.
born and raised.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Born and raised in New Jersey. Okay. Good news is I make really good pizzas.
Yeah.
Okay. The good news is I make really good pizzas.
I'm getting hungry. Let's get some pizza later, Kim, bro.
Right? I'm down.
I'm treating, man.
Oh, my pleasure. The bad news is I'm laughing because the tag is so funny to me.
Yeah, like you see that person with them.
You can see the person with like a whole fucking pineapple.
Like, pizza. I like pizza.
Okay, the bad news is I put.
But it's Hawaiian, brother. Oh, it's much better, bro. We go for surf after this one, bro. You ever heard that? The pigeon, how they talk in Hawaii?
Yeah. I put.
Oh, brother. Woo.
On every one, and then you say, then you did it when you went into a character. It's like, not just slices, the whole pineapple.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Not just.
You just see him like that's just a visual, you know.
Not,
what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
not just a
You
slice.
try to eat the slice, and there's just no way.
Not just a slice.
Yeah. Like
The whole pineapple.
yeah, the top and everything, the rough outside, you know, it's like eating a hand grenade or something, right?
The whole pineapple. And then go into the voice of the customer who got the pizza with the whole pineapple. What did you say?
I was like, really, the whole pineapple?
But you said it very nerdy.
Yeah, I don't really need the whole pineapple.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, really? I don't really need the whole pineapple.
Yeah, I don't really need the whole pineapple.
Really? I don't really need. Whole pineapple. Okay. I like that.
Yeah, that's funny.
Okay, what's next?
Yeah, so it's like I'm from New Jersey. I have Hawaiian heritage, and then yeah, I used to make a lot of pizza, and then make the whole pineapple, and then oh yeah, it was the voices. Then I'm gonna go into the voices thing. Like I make should I just do it?
Well, no, because you start off with your mom. You start off when you originally opened up with something about yourself, and then you threw in you are Hawaiian from New Jersey.
Yeah.
So we need to go back to your original opening.
Oh, okay, yeah. The original opening was that I was making noises in the back seat of my mom's car.
Yeah, yeah. So you're coming out. So you're telling us about yourself right from jump. It's like, yeah. When I was growing up, I was one of those kids that used to make a lot of like weird noises and sound effects.
I think starting from New Jersey, that was kind of the start. That's what I was thinking. You know, because that's where I'm from. So that would where I'm from.
That would be a great start too.
would lead in to do the
That,
pizza thing. Then that would lead
yeah,
into my mom.
either one of those in whatever order will work
Okay.
because they're both are very finite descriptions about you,
Yep.
and they're both like funny. So you can flip flop that.
Yep.
Either way, it'll work.
Okay.
So if you want to put it after this, for just for the sake of this workout, you
Okay.
can. Okay.
Like put the pizza after.
Well, no, you were just saying that
Yeah.
you wanted to open with the pizza and you wanted
Yeah.
to put your original after.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do that.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So the open, then it's the back seat. Well, my mom, annoying my mom, I would make all kinds of noises in the back seat. I was really good at making voices. Actually, was my specialty, and I used to do the siren, woo, honk, honk, honk. And she got so annoyed at me, I was doing it out the window, and she rolled my head up in the window.
Yeah, and the fact that your head's out the window needs to be very prominent setup
Okay.
in the beginning. You kind of sneak it in there because it's a fact that you forget, and it's not as funny.
Okay.
You gotta throw that right in the beginning. I was one of those kids that used to love to stick his head out the window and make a bunch of sound effects. One of my favorite was doing sirens.
Yeah. Okay.
So we already visualize you sticking your head out doing all kinds of crazy sound effects.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
that's just funny and weird.
Yeah, yeah, because I was thinking more I'm in the back seat doing it, but then that doesn't really transfer into the.
Yeah, well, you could still be in the back seat. You know,
Yeah.
I was one of those kids who would be in the back seat with his head sticking out of the window doing sound effects. And you want to emphasize doing sound effects as the punch. Even though you may not get a laugh there, that's okay. That still sounds funny, and it sounds like you're setting up something that is really going to be funny down the road.
Yeah.
So on a really hot night, you will get a laugh there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because you're still describing and setting something up for where you're really going to get the laugh.
Okay.
So that sound effect is a punchliney sounding phrase.
Okay.
And you need to accent it like that.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, when I was growing up, I was one of those kids who used to ride in the back seat with his head stuck out the window doing sound effects.
Yeah. Yeah. Then I would do the sound effect,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I'd be out the window being like, woo, just go through a bunch of different sounds and then been like, but my favorite one was sirens.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that's the punchline as you're doing the siren sounds.
Yeah.
But my mom, man, she got so annoyed. One day she just rolled my head up in the window.
The visual.
Yeah. But I was so into doing them, I didn't really care until I pulled up to school and I realized that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And that's when all of a sudden you realize that, oh shit, this is not cool at all.
Yeah.
This is embarrassing. And she can't, the window's stuck or something.
Yeah.
So the janitor has to come out and take the door off. And go down that rabbit hole. Describe the janitor. He limps. He's this old dude. He's just like, he's this guy.
All right.
That can be a whole, describing him coming down to take the door off the car so that you could go to class is ridiculous, but it's hysterical.
Okay.
And describe him. Maybe he's got some words of wisdom. Maybe he's got some, some Confucius quotes. You know what they say about kid who has head in door, and you're like, no, what? He's an asshole. Good luck in class, son. Don't do that.
Yeah. I hate when people do that too.
Yeah. So, like, you could get a laugh out of like a janitor quote.
Yeah.
Because the kids like hate the janitors, and the janitors hate the kids. So there's a built-in conflict and drama, and there's a chance to throw like some comedic banter back and forth between those two characters.
Yeah. Okay. That's a definite flush out. What do you say? Flush out, flush out, right? Flush
Flush out. Yeah.
I want to say flush out.
Flush like flushing it down the toilet. Okay, so. All right, so let's go into that. That bit of you and your mom.
Okay, you want to do the whole bit?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So when I was a kid, I would ride in the back seat with my mom. I'd stick my head out the window and make sound effects quite often, and I would be back there, and I would go, woo, honk, 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 and I would do the siren. And then one day, she got so annoyed at me, she actually rolled my head up in the window till I was like literally stuck in the window.
And when you're describing that, you should say, as I'm doing siren sounds. And then you should do some siren sounds
Okay.
as your head's rolling up.
Right,
Because
right.
that visual is funny.
Yeah, it is.
You know.
Yeah.
So,
As a kid, too.
yeah. Take it again. And really throw in there one of my favorite things. The fact that that's your favorite thing sets up how it's no longer a favorite thing because you got to walk around the school with a door on your head.
Right.
So it's like
I got it, yeah.
there's always an epiphany when the main character has a realization that their whole attitude has changed from how the original start to where they're going. So initially, you're this kid who loves to stick his head out the window and do sound.
Right.
But now that you're walking around with a door in your head, you're never going to make a sound ever again. This is too humiliating. This is no longer my favorite thing.
Yeah.
So in order to make the misery you're feeling with the door on your head, you have to exaggerate
Right.
how fun and this is your favorite thing, setting that up.
Okay.
Otherwise, the comedic impact is not as strong.
Right.
It's still there. It's a
Right.
funny story. It's a funny visual.
Right.
But you want to enhance the impact by exaggerating how cool it is and then exaggerating how non-cool it is now that this door is on.
Right. Right.
And that juxtaposition is what makes that funnier.
Yeah.
And it makes your descriptions funnier.
Right.
And it makes your punchlines funnier.
Yeah. Okay. Like the girls really like guys with their car door around their neck.
And then, maybe at the end, maybe there's a girl who feels sorry for you and she ends up like, because she feels sorry for you, she ends up being your best friend. Next thing you know, she's your girlfriend. Now the next day, like every kid shows up with the door on their head.
Yeah. It's a new thing.
Yeah. So the moral of this story is the kid with the door on his head gets the chick, gets the girl. Yeah. It's ridiculous. But the further down the ridiculous hole you go, the funnier it is.
Yeah.
And because we're all follow the leaders and we're all like, follow the leader for what's trending, we always want to get the chick, we'll do anything.
Yeah.
If a car door on my head is going to get me a hot chick, then I'm putting a dart, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So keep your mind open for how ridiculous you can take things.
Okay.
And then stuff will start to write itself.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so let's do those two things from the top. Just
Okay.
walk me through them. And throw in, those beats, pause for where the laugh is supposed to go, and really accent the punchline with either volume or an accent or a whole lot of energy or no energy at all. Just something so that it's obviously we know this is the obvious punchline.
Okay. Okay. Got it. So from the very top.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Hawaiian.
Yep. Yep. Hey guys. Yep. So I'm from New Jersey originally, and I'm actually part Hawaiian as well. And I don't. I always go right to this.
Yeah. The good news is.
I always go right to like.
Like here's a good rule of thumb.
Yeah.
Whatever you tell us, repeat it before you do the punchline. Okay. So for example, thank you guys. I am of Hawaiian descent, and I was born and raised in New Jersey. The good news is, the good news about being Hawaiian born in New Jersey is, I make really good pizzas. The bad news about being Hawaiian and born in New Jersey is, every pizza gets pineapple. I put pineapple on every pizza. And then you can go into like the coast, like, really? I don't need a whole pineapple.
Yeah.
So I repeated it twice. You don't have to do it twice, but I think you should repeat it on one of those punchlines just because it just kind of drives home why that's funny. it also drives home who you are and where you're from.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
It does. It does. And I'm just trying to get like the writing in my head. You know, like. Um, um, yeah. So I'm from New Jersey, but I have Hawaiian heritage, and I was thinking about like just going into the Jersey part. I'm from Jersey City, New Jersey. It's a really tough place. You got to say Jersey twice from where I'm from. That's Jersey City, New
Yeah,
Jersey.
and I thought you
Yay.
could say that after you do the quote from that guy. You go right straight into that. The
So
Jersey, Jersey.
do that first or do that?
Do that after you do the pizza pineapple,
Okay.
the Jersey pineapple, and then go into, you know, actually the part of Jersey I'm from is from Jersey, Jersey, Jersey City,
Jersey
Jersey.
City, New Jersey. Yeah.
That's a lot of jerseys.
You gotta say Jersey twice. From where I'm from, that's a
From
lot
where
of
I'm
Jersey. You know what I'm
that's a
saying?
lot of Jersey.
It's a lot of Jersey.
So that should go into when you do the quote of the guy being like, really, I don't really need a whole pineapple.
Yeah.
A couple of slices would have been fine.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
But
Okay. Yeah,
hey,
right.
that's what you get from a Hawaiian who's doing pizza in Jersey.
Right.
Speaking of pizzas in Jersey, I'm from Jersey City, New Jersey. That's a lot of jerseys, yo.
Yeah.
So you could segue right into that bit from the guy's quote.
Guy's quote. Which is the guy's quote? What's the guy's
The guy's quote's like, really?
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
really
yeah,
need
yeah.
the whole pineapple.
Okay. Okay.
The
All right.
customer's like, I don't really need the whole pineapple. A couple of slices would have been fine.
Right.
And then you can go into, well, hey, Hawaiian from New Jersey, that's what you get. Now,
Right.
speaking of New Jersey, I'm from New Jersey City, New Jersey. That's a lot of jerseys.
Yeah. You gotta say Jersey twice.
You got to say Jersey twice over here.
Yeah, that's where I'm from. Hey.
That's funny.
All right, so I'm from New Jersey. I have Hawaiian, but I have Hawaiian descent, and I used to make a lot of pizzas when I was living in New Jersey, and I would, but I put a lot of pineapple on the pizzas, but it'd actually be like the whole pineapple, on the slice. It's like, yeah, I don't really need the whole pineapple on the slice of pizza, please. I don't. Can you you know? Italians don't really like pineapples, but I'm from Jersey City, New Jersey, which is a pretty tough place. You got to say Jersey twice from where I'm from, Jersey City, New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? And when I was a kid, I used to do sound effects a lot in the back seat of my mom's car.
Okay, that's good. Before you go into that, do that opening again.
Okay.
Run it again. That was good.
Did I miss anything?
Doesn't matter. Just do it again.
Okay. All right. Hey guys, I'm from Jersey City, New Jersey, originally, but I have Hawaiian descent. You have to say Jersey twice from where I'm from.
Go into the pizza first before you go
Oh,
into
is it the
that.
pizza? Oh, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, good news, bad news.
All right.
And you gotta quote that guy because that guy is funny.
Yeah.
The whole pizza is the joke.
Right.
I mean, the whole pineapple.
Pineapple's the joke. Okay.
The whole pineapple on the pizza is the joke.
Okay, so it's where I'm from, and then right into pizza,
Yeah.
and then into
Where
Jersey.
I'm from, where I'm from, Hawaiian descent. The fact that you're from Hawaii and New Jersey sets up what's funny about that.
Right.
Well, what's funny about that is you can make pizza. Like the good news is you make really good pizza. Everyone from New Jersey, hey, makes good pizzas over here.
Yeah.
The bad news is I put pineapple on all my pizzas. I'm Hawaiian, yo.
Yeah. I'm Hawaiian.
I'm Hawaiian, But the customers would complain. They would be like, do I need the whole pizza or the whole pineapple?
Yeah. Okay.
A couple of
Okay,
slices
got
would
it.
have been fine. They'd be like, hey, I'm from Hawaii over here. You
Hey.
get the whole pineapple from where I'm from.
With a bottle of beer.
And then you go into the Jersey City. Got to say it twice from where I'm from.
Yeah.
And then that's where you can really go into the Jersey accent and really just like have some fun with that.
Yeah. Okay.
But in your head, just from Hawaii, New Jersey, make good pizzas, put pineapple on every pizza.
Right.
And do I really need the whole pineapple? Yeah, it's the whole pineapple because
Yeah.
I'm from Hawaii.
Yeah.
So you got that Jersey accent, which is really like, dominant.
Yeah.
But then it's like you're forcing the whole pineapple on everybody. Otherwise, they get their legs broke.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a whole pineapple on their
Vinny.
pizza.
Yeah, Vinny. You like the pineapple, right? Don't make me say it twice.
So take that from the top.
Okay. Should I use the mic or no? Can I just
Use the mic because you're going to be using it anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I love
So-
microphones. You know.
Yeah, well, whether it's on or not, it's irrelevant. You just need to get comfortable and familiar with just having it in your hand,
Yeah.
and because that's going to be your best friend from now on.
Right on. Hey everybody. I want to say my name, Chuck Orozco. Chuck Orozco.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
I'm,
Hi, everybody. I'm Chuck Orozco.
I'm Chuck Orozco.
I'm Hawaiian descent, born and raised
Yeah.
from New Jersey.
I got it.
Uh,
Pizza.
good news about being Hawaiian descent and being born and raised in New Jersey is I make some killer pizzas. I make good pizza. The bad news is every pizza comes with pineapple.
Yeah.
The bad news is I put pineapple on every pizza. So you don't want to give away the whole pineapple up front.
Right.
So you gotta
Yeah.
say it. The bad news is I put pineapple on every pizza.
Yeah.
So now we assume it's a slice or two.
Yeah.
And then you go into the customers like, really, the whole pineapple?
Yeah. I can't even eat this. What
And
are you
then,
talking about?
and then it's like, yeah, you get the whole pineapple. I'm from Jersey. I'm from Hawaii over here. You get the whole pineapple, not even sliced with the still like with the head still on it. You know?
Like a grenade.
It looks like a grenade. Yeah, say that.
I think it's funny too.
Say that.
Yeah.
Okay, take it from the top.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm Chuck Orozco. I'm originally from New Jersey, Jersey City, New Jersey, but I have Hawaiian heritage as well. And when I lived in Jersey, I used to make a lot of pizzas, and but I used to put pineapple on every slice. And Italians, they don't really like pineapple so much, especially I give it to the customer. Do I really need the whole pineapple on the whole pizza? Do I really need that, please, guy? I don't really need the whole pineapple. I'm trying to think of the tag on that we had. I guess was there a tag? It's got,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it looked like it was like the whole pineapple. It looked like a grenade, right? It kind of like it's a tag.
Yeah. Yeah, the tag was, do I really? The whole pineapple? It's like, yeah, the whole pineapple. I'm from Hawaii over here. I think the fact that you reiterated you're from Hawaii
Yeah.
descent
Yeah. Okay.
with the Jersey accent,
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
Yeah. Okay. I'm from Hawaii.
And then, yeah, you get the whole pineapple, with the head, the grenade, the whole nine yards.
Yeah. You can go home and grow your own. Here, you just take it home. Put the little toothpicks in it. Yeah. Have some baby pineapples.
All right. Take it from the top.
Okay.
And you're throwing too many extra words in the description.
Okay.
Less is more, because don't forget, you're describing who you are in the beginning. Kind of the first act is an introduction to you. So we want to know where you're from, what your descent is, a little bit about you growing up, how you got your nickname as a kid, and then so what you're doing is you're setting up that whole bit. So if you're not going to do a bit on the Italians that you're serving the pineapple to, then don't throw that in there,
Okay.
because you're going to do the Italian accent later,
Okay.
because you're from New Jersey
Yep.
and that sounds Italian. So you don't actually have to say Italians don't like pineapple on their pizza.
Okay.
You kind of kill the joke,
Okay. How am I killing it?
because the fact that some people do like pineapple on their pizza
Should be shot.
is is the setup for the fact that you put the pineapple on every pizza.
Right.
That's the joke. The joke is you put pineapple on every pizza.
Right.
Because you're from Hawaii.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
Yes.
That's why that's funny.
Right. Okay.
So you don't want to add descriptions that take away the setup for that premise. That, you basically, the joke is because you're Hawaiian, you're putting pineapple on every pizza.
Every pizza.
But that's not even the joke.
That's
even though it's
funny,
funny. It is funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. You're going to get a laugh there. But the joke is you put a whole pineapple.
Yeah. And then that's like almost like a pre-setup.
Yeah. So it doesn't really matter if Italians don't like pineapple on their pizza.
I get it.
That doesn't make it funnier. It only gives you information that distracts that you don't need, that distracts from where they're supposed to laugh.
Yep. Got it.
That's just a distraction, and that's words inserted that's unnecessary, and then now they're trying to figure out what about pizza on pineapple that Italians don't like when they should be laughing at how you say I put pineapple on every pizza.
I like hitting that
the joke is every pizza.
Yeah, I can see you're doing that.
Every pizza.
Every pizza.
Yeah. And it's that's the bad. Like, you don't know it's the bad news until, people in New Jersey don't want pineapple on their pizza. Yeah. So you don't have to tell them they don't want it.
Right.
The fact that your joke is already implying that for them, which is why it's funny.
I got it.
Your joke is implying that they don't like it because they're complaining about it. But the complaint is it's a whole pineapple, which is ridiculous because the complaint should be there should be no pineapple on it, period. Yeah. But the fact that there's a whole pineapple on it is funny. It's ridiculous. Now it's kind of like they're okay with a couple of slices and they don't even like slices. Yeah. That's what's funny. It's like, I would be okay with a couple slices and I don't even like pineapple on the slices on my pizza, but I definitely don't want a whole pineapple. Yeah. That's how ridiculous that is. That's why that's funny.
Yeah.
And the fact that, we see how proud you are of your Hawaiian heritage, that you are using your New Jersey attitude to force feed Italians who don't like pizza pineapple. Yeah. That's the joke. Yeah. That's what's funny. Yeah. So you don't have to say it. It's implied, and the implying of it is what makes that funny.
Yeah, and I can do the customer accent a little heavier.
Yeah, and the customer accent can even be, it could be like a nerdy Jersey guy. Because the nerdy Italian guy works. The nerdy guy was funny. Yeah. But he needs to be nerdy Italian. Kind of like maybe the Bugs Bunny accent.
Yeah. Hey, guy, I don't really like the whole pineapple on my pizza. Yeah. Except they say pizza.
Well, say it how they say it.
I don't the whole pineapple on my pizza.
So, that, now, don't get me wrong. There's 20 ways to skin this cat.
Yeah.
And 10 of those will be funny, based on 10 other comedians giving you their input on this exact same material.
But I'm in the Kimbrough school.
You're in the Kimbrough hot seat, so,
My Laughers Comedy Club.
I'm going to give you My Laughers Kimbrough Comedy Experience, and you can do whatever you want to do with that. So take that from the top, and we'll run that again.
Okay.
Because your opener needs to be really tight and strong. You open strong, you could be blobbity blob, blubber blubber for the rest of the the middle of your set, and they'll still like you, and they'll still laugh at you because you open so strong.
Okay. First impressions are still very important, huh?
In this it is. Yeah. In this it is.
Not to stutter, just come out.
Yeah,
body
just
language.
come out and be very strong and forceful. No notes. You don't need notes to introduce yourself. Hi, hold on. I'm Stephen I'm Stephen Kimbrough.
Yeah.
It's like, that's ridiculous. It's like, you don't need notes to introduce you. So your material is stuff that you've thought about. It's your life. It's your experience. It's things that you have issues with. You don't need notes for that.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm talking to you, and the story that I'm telling you about how fucked up my shit is funny as shit. And I got an attitude about it. I got an issue with it. And I don't really need any notes to tell you, like, what my issues are. I got issues. That's what comedy material is, issues, yo.
Yeah.
I'm dating. I got, you know how easy it is to date? Not. It's not easy.
Yeah.
You know how why it's not easy? Let me get some notes. I don't need notes because I was on a date last night. It was fucked up. I was on a date last week. It was fucked up. I was on the internet. It was fucked up. Like, I don't need notes.
Yeah.
I'm telling you straight from my head and my heart. And you're going to believe me because you're going to be like, I can visualize that motherfucker doing exactly what he's saying.
Yeah.
As soon as you bring out notes, it's like, I can't visualize you doing what you're saying that I'm supposed to relate to you, and you aren't. What your issue is not even embedded enough for you to create a conversation with me about the issue.
Yeah.
It's not, you gotta like, you need notes. You need notes to like really run down. But in the real world, in a real conversation between a comedian and an audience, it's very organic. It is very real. And it's very credible. I give you credibility that what you're telling me is something that you've experienced. So I'm going to create my own visual, and I'm going to laugh based on your words painting my third eye visual.
Right.
And what I see is funny to me.
Yeah, your movie mind.
Yeah, your movie mind, but you're setting up the canvas. You're giving me the paints and the brushes, and I'm painting my own visual. And what I'm painting based on what you're saying and what my imagination is coming up with, that combination.
Right. Yeah, and how I feel about it too is when I feel it in my body and I feel it's funny, and then it's going to work.
Well, I see that already. Because when you go into your characters and you start mocking, the character, I can see that, it's embedding. You're having fun with that, and you're owning that, and you've experienced that. That's a voice that you've done before. That's a person that you ran across before.
Yeah.
That's a customer across the counter. That's the guy standing in front of you that you want to smack in the back of the head because he's that's an experience. Like, it's coming from a place where you don't need notes to do the voice and to do the thing and say the thing, because it's coming from a place of experience. It's coming from your heart. It's coming from something organic and real and spontaneous.
Yeah.
You want to make your whole act look like it's spontaneous. Even though we know it's written and you wrote it and it's comedy, writing it is just to protect that it's something that you've done, not necessarily something that you've thought of that you've never done before.
Say that again?
Writing...
Protect something that you've done, not something that you've never done.
Yeah. Writing, in my opinion, for stand-up, is documenting what you've already experienced to protect yourself as a comedy writer. You're basically saying that this is something that has happened to me. I thought of it and I'm writing it down pretty much to protect that I'm the one who is telling this story as an original storyteller. Writing something that you are making up is not like writing something that you're documenting.
Because not, I understand the difference.
Yeah. So when you're writing comedy, you're basically writing...
Excuse me.
You're basically writing something, you're documenting something that has happened to you, or something that you can relate to or that you're experiencing, or something that you can imagine what could possibly happen to you if you experience it, but that's based on your own experiences. So even if it didn't happen to you and you imagine it, you don't really need notes for that, but you write it down because it's material. So you're writing it down to protect your intellectual property as being a comedic storyteller, and this happens to be a story that you're telling, and you're basically documenting what's in your head, what you're about to perform. And it's not something that is... It's not something that you... that's not credible.
Yeah.
It's not credible. And the reason what makes it not credible is because you haven't experienced that, and you're not coming from that point of view, and you're not, you see something that you think might be funny, that you've never experienced, and that you can't imagine what it's about. And so you go down that rabbit hole. It's like people who do material on having brothers and sisters and they don't have any brothers and sisters.
Right.
It's like people who do material on being married and they're not married. It's like people who do material on women and they're men, and men and they're doing material on women. It's like the thing that you're not, and you're writing to do material on it, and you have to refer to your notes based on what you think is funny. But you lose credibility if I can't visualize you experiencing what you're telling me, that, you know, the story, the road, the rabbit hole that we're going down. If I don't think it's credible, I don't care how funny it is, I'm not with you. I'm not buying it.
Right.
It's not credible.
Yeah.
We're not having a conversation. You are projecting something, I don't know what it is, but it's not where you're coming from.
Right, right. And I guess it would be harder to deliver something like that too, wouldn't it?
It is. And that's why when you watch people and they deliver stuff, it's so painful.
Yeah. Do you remember the girl that she was talking about acid that time when we went on that Sunday?
Yeah.
All she was talking about was being on acid.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's...
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I don't know if that was a real experience or not. Like, I couldn't tell.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, if you can't tell that she was on acid, like what she's saying, you believe,
Yeah.
then you're not with her. And she's not funny.
Yeah.
And there's no credibility with what she's saying.
Yeah, I get it. Hey, Kimbrough, can I take a break just for 2 minutes?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just saw something happen and I got to address real quick.
Yeah, no worries.
I had someone from my work call.